So, most people are not seeing what's really going on because of so many lies that have been told. Well, when you tell that many lies, you can't keep up with what the truth is anymore. And you'll tell something, but it's not what you said the time before that or the time before that, because as my dad always taught me, the truth doesn't change. I noticed that when we all went through things, because it was, oh, do this, oh, do that, oh, do this. You know what? That reminds me of the old days of the Pharisees. You have to do this, you have to do that. No, you don't. Our health is not Caesar's. Our health belongeth to the Father. That's why we are where we are today. Things are going on that we have no idea about. We can all feel it. But I also know Father already knows. We don't have to worry about things we don't have control over. Take care of what you have right now in front of you and be thankful. Because if you're not thankful for anything, it can all be taken away. And even when you are thankful, they can still take it away. But they can't take away your peace that only cometh from the Father. There are people in this world that have demanded for a king. Well, 1 Samuel 8 tells us who demanded a king to rule over them. And it was told of what will happen if that is given to them. Samuel was a man of wisdom. And he went to the Father and asked him, this is what they're demanding, for man to rule over them. And when man rules over, and you demand things that are not ordained, judgment comes. Kind of what we've been living. If they demand for another judge, as 1 Samuel 8 tells us, it's going to get worse. It is high time for everyone to wake up to the love of the truth. And not doing so is going to be utter destruction. Cock crowed thrice, denied twice. Well, we're seeing the fruits of all of that. And they're saying, oh, this is coming. Oh, be afraid. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, be afraid. No. We're to cast down fear. We're not to fear anything of the world. At least not if you have the Father. Whether you remain or whether He decides to use you for His glory. You see, when you're truly one of God's children, you don't fear anything. Because I'm going to tell you, there's much more to this life than you can ever imagine. I've been there. I've laid in those hands when everybody else thought I was dying. And when you understand, and especially had the gates of death open to you, life really changes its perspective. Because there's so much more. And you know, that other side, they can't touch you anymore. So God still wins either way. So we need to stop demanding for a manly king, because the Father is wanting to rule over us. And his rule is not what we think physically. His rule is in love and mercy. The exact opposite of what we're doing today. People ask, why does all this bad stuff? Where's your God at? Well, you know what? Because God's people demanded for man to rule over them, that is why we are at where we're at today. You have no one to blame but yourself, and don't blame anybody else. When are you going to really see the love of the truth and get away from things of the world? Man is deceiving you. It is not going to get better by no man. I don't care who they are. They all put their britches on the same way. I reject man being ruling over us. Only the Father is required to rule over us. And it would be like nothing we've ever known. Because of selfishness and greed and hate and bitterness is why we're at today. Because we've rejected God, the creator of all of us, not this God of the world they're trying to deceive everybody with. That kingdom is done. It's going down. And there's only one way to remain and inherit the earth. Just as Noah, just as Lot. You see, all these false prophets keep saying, oh, we're going to be raptured out of here. Father says, if I'm not mistaken, in James, one of the sons of thunder that turned into apostle of love, mind you, to pray to be protective and not removed. Wouldn't that be like Noah and Lot? The lies of the enemy are thrown down. They're done. They can't stand. You can only stand on what the Father's word is. He promised life and life more abundantly if we obey. And I ain't not talking about no 10 commandments. Those are already fulfilled in love. You know why? Love doeth no wrong. Love fulfills the law. And you can't be under law when the law is fulfilled in love. Love conquers evil, right? The only division that is going to occur is God's people and the people that reject him. There's not going to be two sides of a single coin anymore. They have a decision to make, to turn from their ways. And not doing so is utter destruction.